Hey YouTube, it's me again. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm just gonna ask you guys up front, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, like it, and comment. This right here we're talking about today is moving in silence. I know that a lot of people don't like moving in silence because I used to be one of those people. Because of the toxicity I've had in my life, guess what? I am a oversharer. I share too much. I feel like I need to trauma bond with people or trauma dump stuff on people all the time. And that right there, you think that you're bonding, but actually you're bonding over toxic behaviors. And I get it because, expressing our weakness, it makes us seem vulnerable. People open up to you and everything like that. So, you thinking that you're making a connection. And vulnerability can be, in the right hands, it can be a beautiful thing. But in the wrong hands, it can be used as ammunition. When you give people and you're vulnerable and you're sharing your insecurities and all this kind of stuff, people start using it as a weapon against you and everything like that. And people speaking against you, especially if it's your loved ones and everything like that, can kind of tear you down and kind of shine a light on the insecurities you already have. So you're sitting here, you're trying to be vulnerable, have a connection with this person and everything like that, and you're sharing your insecurities, and they turn around and use it as a weapon and gossip and all this kind of stuff. Those things get back to you, and then they highlight everything that you have felt about yourself because they done added stuff onto it. You know what I'm saying? And then it makes you feel worse about yourself. That's one reason that, moving in silence is like one of the greatest joys that you can have, because you're keeping something personal between you and God and stuff. And like I said, I know it gets hard because, oversharing is one of my toxic traits and everything. I used to trauma dump, and I still do it sometimes. Sometimes when I have customers in my car and we're talking and we're vibing or whatever, and I start mentioning my son, and I'm like, why am I sharing this with this total stranger? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a good thing, because like one time, I had one lady and she actually prayed for me and everything like that. But other times people don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to keep and everything, like what's sacred for you and yours, kind of keep it to yourself. And sometimes oversharing and telling people things, they're not equipped with the compassion of God to give you the advice you need. So actually you have put things out there for not only a person that's not equipped with compassion, you put things out there and your insecurities and your vulnerabilities out there for the enemy to hear. And those things right there, the next thing you know, not only they're speaking against you, and I mean, people speaking against you, those are actually curses and everything. And so those people speaking against you, and you've actually let the enemy know what insecurities you have, what you want to do going forth and everything like that. And that right there, that can kind of delay the intentions that you have for yourself. This is also why we have to be mindful who we share things with and everything, because, like I said, I've sat there and I've done it plenty of times that I shared with the wrong person. I'm like, ugh, I wish I could just take that back and just suck it all back in, because I'm sitting there like, why did I say that? And I'm like, look, I just need more therapy. And I'm like, I think I do that because honestly, I do need therapy. I need someone to talk to and everything like that, because, like people that I have around me at the time, they are using things that I say as a weapon. So you don't want to talk to them. So you find yourself trauma dumping on somebody else who really didn't even want to hear that. And y'all know in the Bible, I mean, the story of Samson and Delilah, he was one of those ones and everything like that. God gave him a gift of strength. And what did he do? He let Delilah sit there and take that secret that he was supposed to hold, and he let her trick him out of the secret. And y'all see what happened. He didn't make it out. I don't want to say the word, but he didn't make it out. So that's one reason too. You cannot tell people your insecurities, your weaknesses and everything like that, because some people, They don't want the best for you. God has called us to guard our heart and everything like that. And as I said, I'm not telling you guys not to be vulnerable. Just have discernment about who you are vulnerable with. You don't want people speaking curses over your life and everything. No one should have access to your dreams before they manifest, because that's when sabotage comes into play. Like I said, you're sitting there and you're telling people about your dreams and everything like that. And sometimes it's because we want to encourage people and everything. But sometimes it's because, again, we want to feel validated. We want to feel loved and everything like that. Sometimes it comes from a feeling of being unworthy all your life and everything. Again, in the Bible, when Joseph and everything, you remember when he shared his dream with his family, with his brother, you know what happened? He wound up in a pit. Although his purpose was fulfilled later on, it still hurt that his family and everything betrayed him. And that had to be a lot to go through all those years, knowing that, you suffered and your brothers betrayed you. And I mean, like I said, that's got to be a very lonely feeling, because he didn't have anybody at first. It's really disheartening that the enemy uses people that are close to you to sit there and affect you like that. But I think the reason he does it, because there's no other way that he could do that to get to you, to penetrate you, because he knows that your purpose in life, he sees it. So the only way that he can sit there and get to you is by the people that are close to you. And I know I'm using a lot of Bible references and everything today and stuff, but yet it's still, it just, all of it rings true, because even in the scriptures where it talks about Noah, and you remember after the floods and everything in the Bible, Noah got drunk. And that's one thing about, the Bible. You have all different kind of situations, but you'll have all the different type of situations that actually happen today. So Noah had done got drunk and everything. And you remember his son, I used to call him Ham, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Ham or Ham or something like that. But I used to say Ham. Okay, so Ham sat there and he saw his dad drunk and everything like that. And he goes and he starts gossiping to his brothers. When he started gossiping to his brothers and everything, his brothers then were like, oh no, Pops is laying there drunk or whatever. They were appalled. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, no, why are you gossiping about our father like this? So you know what they did? They walked in backwards so they wouldn't see their father passed out drunk, naked, and they covered him. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I need some folks like that in my life that will cover me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting there and I'm like, you see me and you see me in my downfall and everything like that, you're not like, ha ha, there go Danny. Yep, she fell down again. Typical. I don't need nobody like that. I need somebody praying and covering me, just like Noah's children did for him. Those are the type of people that you want around you. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So again, this is the reason I'm telling you guys to move in silence. But YouTube, I wish for you guys that you have people in your life like Noah's two sons that cover him, and they pray for him and they want the best for their father. You know what I'm saying? So I do have that in my life with my children, and I do honestly thank God for that, but I also have the ones that I sit there and I'm like, I can't say nothing to them because they wish the worst for me. And it's so sad, because those are the people that you think, hey, they should have this innate ability to sit there and cover you and pray for you. But again, that's why we have to move in silence sometimes. Thank y'all so much for watching me. I really appreciate you. If you guys can like and subscribe, I appreciate it. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. Thank you so much.